Everyone wants to be rich, you know. It is a simple, universal truth. The desire for financial freedom is a powerful motivator. It drives us to work hard. It drives us to innovate. It drives us to take risks. We dream of a life without financial worry, where we have the freedom to choose our path. We imagine what we would do with more money. We often mistake the signs of wealth for wealth itself. A fancy car is not wealth. An expensive watch is not wealth. A large house is not wealth. These are just things people buy with money. They are the visible tip of an iceberg. They represent money that has been spent, converted into an object. True wealth is what you do not see. It is the money that has not been spent. It is the stocks. It is the bonds. It is the real estate that have not been cashed in. It is the financial assets that are working for you, growing quietly in the background. Someone driving a $100,000 car might be wealthy, or they might be one car payment away from being broke. We cannot know. We see the car, so we make an assumption. We see the result of their spending, not the state of their finances. The person who appears modest, driving an old car and living in a simple house, might have a fortune tucked away in investments. Their wealth is invisible. It is the money they chose not to spend. This is a critical distinction. Spending money to show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have less money. You stop trying to look rich and start focusing on actually being rich. Real wealth is quiet. Getting rich and staying rich are two completely different skills. They require opposite mindsets. Getting rich often requires taking risks. It demands optimism. You have to believe your idea will work, your investment will pay off, or your career will take off. It involves being bold, putting yourself out there. You might need to concentrate your efforts, putting all your energy into one startup, one big bet. It is an act of pushing forward of aggressive offense. Staying rich, however, is a different game entirely. It requires humility paranoia. It is a game of defense. Staying rich requires an awareness that things can go wrong. It is about survival. Think of it this way. Getting rich is like a sprint. Staying rich is like a marathon, focused on endurance. You cannot sprint a marathon. You need a strategy that is durable. Warren Buffett is famous for being a brilliant investor. But the real key to his fortune is not just brilliance. It is time. Buffett started investing as a child. He has been at it for over 80 years. His skill is undeniable, but the magic ingredient is compounding. Compounding is simply the process of your earnings generating their own earnings. It is like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small. As it rolls, it picks up more snow, getting bigger and bigger. The bigger it gets, the faster it grows. The results are not intuitive. They are exponential. Most of Buffett's net worth was accumulated after his 65th birthday. It is because the base of his wealth had become so enormous that even normal returns generated staggering sums. The early years of compounding are boring. The gains are small. You might invest for a decade and feel like you have made little progress. This is where most people give up. They want fast results. They interrupt the process. Imagine you have a penny that doubles in value every day, but by day 30, you would have over $5 million. Your job is to earn decent, steady returns and let time do the heavy lifting for you. Luck and risk are two sides of the same coin. They are both a reminder that not all outcomes are the result of our own efforts. Bill Gates is a genius. He is a hard worker, but he also admits he was incredibly lucky. He went to one of the only high schools in the world that had a computer in 1968. If he had been born a few years earlier or later, the story of Microsoft might be completely different. Risk is luck's evil twin. It is the reality that things can go wrong for reasons outside of your control. A pandemic can shut down the global economy. A market can crash. A successful business can be disrupted by a new technology you never saw coming. Acknowledging this is not being pessimistic. It is being realistic. It is the foundation of a durable financial strategy. You cannot control luck, but you can prepare for risk. It is wise to make many small ones. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify your investments. Have multiple sources of income if you can. This way, if one bet fails, it does not wipe you out. This is what an emergency fund is for. It is what insurance is for. It is the safety net that catches you when risk shows its ugly face. It keeps you grounded and helps you build wealth that can last, no matter which way the winds of fortune blow. So how do we put this all together? The path to building and keeping wealth is not glamorous. It is often quite boring, and that is precisely why it works. It starts with changing your mindset away from looking rich and toward being rich. You only need to take the first step. Start your journey today. The power to build a secure financial future is in your hands. It always has been.